we are also live.
Yep. I call this meeting of the Arapahoe County Citizens Redistricting Advisory Committee in session. Roll call.
Caroline Bowler,
Present.
Michael Delafano, Karen Fisher,
Here.
Carson Green,
Present.
Deborah Johnson,
Here.
Diana Holland,
Here.
David Kerber,
Here.
William McCartan,
Present.
Stephanie Pico,
Here.
Rita Micklin, Caroline Penaloza, Mary Jo Bobeda.
Here.
Staff, Tom Skelly,
Here.
Dominic Sisson, Chris Henning.
You're online.
Okay. Monica, here. Kavachi, sorry. No, that's right. William Mast. Alex Walker. Larry Mugler.
Here.
And I am Raul. Chair.
Okay. Welcome some citizen attendees to our meeting. Let me explain what's happening. I'm sorry, was somebody else?
Yeah, Mike just joined online.
Okay, thank you. The Arapahoe County Citizens Redistricting Advisory Committee was formed by the Board of Commissioners of Arapahoe County, and it consists of the following members. My name is Bill McCartan. I am the chair. Diane Holland is our vice chair. We also have Michael Delafano, who is online, Karen Fisher, Carson Green, Deborah Johnson, David Kerber, Stephanie Pico. We also have alternates to the 9 members, and Mary Jo Barbeda is sitting in today as one of the alternates. The redistricting process started with the Colorado Revised Statute 30-10-306, which governs the process. It must happen every 10 years, and it happens based on the U.S. Census. The U.S. Census was conducted April 1st, 2020. And the reason that it is in 2023 is that it took quite a while for the U.S. government to get the census data to the counties. And 2022 was an election year, so we couldn't do a redistricting because there were commissioners up for votes then. So we're doing it this year. It must be transparent and consider public comments, and that's what we're here for today, is to hear any public comments. There are 655,070 people in the Arapahoe County as of April 1st, 2020, and each district should be 131,014 plus or minus 5% from the biggest to the smallest. Criteria.
All right. We had to, or need to follow the statute, the bill reference. And in that, as we draw districts, we had to follow certain tiers of criteria, and those standards went in a certain order. So you had to meet each tier before moving to the next. So they did have different kind of weights of priority. First and foremost was to maintain the equal populations across the districts, as Bill said, and be within plus or minus 5% of each other. Then we also had to stay in compliance with the Voting Rights Act, that we not draw distinct groups or split them from what they currently are. And we studied a great deal of population data for that, And we actually have a report that's available that has those statistics in it, and we are in compliance with the Voting Rights Act. As much as possible, the next tier was that to preserve communities of interest, such as cities and towns, and keep districts compact. So we paid pretty much attention to city lines where we could. We considered school districts, neighborhoods, and minority populations, and feel that all of the maps do meet those criteria. The compactness basically is looking at the districts and seeing if they make sense visually and look about, that the size and certain lines we use meet that criteria. And we felt that all four. And then, if possible, after you meet all those criteria, to maintain competitiveness as much as possible, but knowing that some population centers, you may not be able to do that. So that's the criteria that we have to meet. The next steps is this process really weighs heavily on public input. So along with having a well-balanced commission between the parties and unaffiliated, we also, public comments hold a heavy weight in our considerations. So we ask for your input, we're seeking it. You're possible to give input on our webpage, and basically that can be a new map if you want to, or minor adjustments or small adjustments to the current map. You can't hear me?
A little difficult.
Okay, sorry about that.
No worries.
After the public comment, we meet again to review that comment. We may make adjustments to the maps we currently have. We could actually draw a new map, but ultimately we hope to pick 3. We have to have at least 3 that we send to the Board of County Commissioners. When they get those, they will also hold public hearings. They may make some adjustments to the maps prior to that, and then hold their public hearings. And then they need to adopt the final district map by August. Our recommendations need to be to the board by June. In addition to this hearing, we have 3 more. One at South Glen this Thursday, and the other 2 are at the fairgrounds and at the Centerpoint Human Services Building later in this month. So all that information is on the webpage. Also, besides the comment pages you can fill out here tonight, or you can submit online, there is a redistricting tool where you can draw your own map and submit that to us too.
Okay, the committee actually met over the last 3 months, and we have started out with submissions of 16 maps that we put together, and we have narrowed that down to the 4 maps that we will show you up here. The map to the far right of the room is as the commissioner districts sit at this point in time. If we look at the map A, that's the first one we're going to talk about. One of the criteria that we used was we used roadways as primary dividers between Commissioner Districts 2, 3, and 4 and 5. We also connected Glendale to Commissioner District 4 via Leedsdale and Parker Road. Population in Commissioner District 3 is lower than the others. The variance between the largest population district and the smallest population district is 4.0%, so it's within the plus or minus 5%. The reason that population in District 3, and we'll say this for several of the maps, is that Commissioner District 3 contains the part of the county that has the greatest growth up to this time and in the foreseeable future. Communities of interest that we identified in map A are the corridor along Interstate 25. They have on both sides of Interstate 25, they have very common interests for their county commission. That's why it's within one district. Also, the Cherry Creek Reservoir was an area that we identified as a community of interest. People living in and around the reservoir have great common interests. Also, the large lots in the southeast corner of what you can see on the map have a more rural feel, and that's why they're in County Commissioner District, left in County Commissioner District 3. On map B, and again, when we finish this, we are going to give everyone the opportunity to speak, and anybody that's online get the opportunity to speak too. So if you have any questions, you can bring them up at that time. Map B, one of the criteria that we looked at was consolidating the northern part of the Cherry Creek School District into one area. As Diane said, we looked at a lot of different maps. We looked at city boundaries, we looked at neighborhood groups, we looked at fire districts, we looked at school districts. So in map B, of consolidating the northern part of Cherry Creek District within the same commissioner district. In this map, Glendale and Holly Hills are both assigned to being in Commissioner District 4. Currently, Glendale is in 5 and Holly Hills is in 1. The population in District 3 is again lower than the other two. The difference from the largest to the smallest in this is 4.37%. Communities of interest, again, I-25 is a community of interest, and the large lots in the southeast part of Commissioner District 3 with a rural feel.
As Bill said, we really looked at different district lines of different jurisdictions. So the theme of map C was trying to maintain city boundaries as much as possible. Traditionally, Aurora has been divided up between, I believe it's 3 districts, and Centennial was primarily divided up by 2 due to their population. Really, because Aurora is so large, there's no way you can just put a district clearly on the Aurora city lines. But Centennial, we thought that you couldn't make it one city within a district with a population of about 101,000. But we asked the staff to see if they could see if there was a way to do it, and there was. So we thought this would be one alternative we could offer to seek public input on. So the city of Centennial is all within District 2, and then Foxfield stays in that area and some other portions, I believe, of District 3. Now, it would have been too large if we maintained the District 1 line, so Greenwood Village moves from District 2's current map into District 1. And then in this one, the Cherry Creek State Park is now contained in District 4. Holly Hills and Glendale both move into District 1. So this map may have the most feel a little bit different from the current districts. Map D, one of our charges was to start with the current districts as a building foundation, and so they all are pretty close to the current districts. But map D, the theme of it was to see how little we could make in changes to just reach the population numbers that we needed to reach. So it most closely resembles those. Foxfield is left in District 3 because it has a character more like District 3 than District 2. And the communities of interest, this is one where we really paid attention. We tried to pay attention to neighborhoods all the time, but this one contained in District 3, Aurora Knolls, Hutchinson Heights, and Seven Hills. And the Lakeshore neighborhood is all in District 4, not split.
Okay, this opens the public comment time. I will mention also on our website, if you have any comments that come to you later, or you know of someone who would like to make comments, The website is www.arapahoegov.com/redistricting. You're welcome to submit any comments there. Individuals are invited to speak to the committee here on any topic relative to redistricting. We ask individuals to state their name and address for the record. This meeting is being recorded because it is a public meeting. We ask you to state your name and address before making comments. Virtual public comments are allowed during public comments by calling phone number 1-855-436-3656, and when prompted, press #3 on your keypad to enter the speaking queue. You must disclose if you are under contract to or receiving commission for advocating or making recommendations to the Arapahoe County Citizens Redistricting Advisory Committee. If this is the case, please list the name of the relevant organization or entity. I open it up for any public comments. We would limit you to 3 minutes, but since there's such a big crowd, we're not going to hold you directly to that. Does anyone seated here have any public comments to make or any questions? Hear those crickets? Do we have anyone online?
We do not.
Nothing, nobody online or in Facebook? Okay, I would mention that we have 3 more public engagement meetings. If something should come to mind between now and then and you don't want to put it online on arapahoegov.com/redistricting website, you're welcome to come to any of those 3 meetings. The next one will be Thursday at South Glen Library. The next Thursday, a week from this Thursday, we will be at the Arapahoe County Fairgrounds. And if you haven't been out to the fairgrounds, go to Kansas, make a left turn, and it's right there. And the last meeting will be held at the Arapahoe County Center Point Human Resources Building. Also, the committee will meet on May 8th and possibly May 18th, and those are also public meetings and they're listed on the website. Anybody have any final questions or comments?
Bill, I'd just like to point out, on that webpage, there is a tool, it's called the Redistrictor tool, where if you look at the map closer and decide, oh, you have an adjustment you want to make, or you want to take your hand and draw in your own map, you can do that, and there's an instruction link also on the webpage, and then that can be submitted as your public comment.
Thank you. Do any of the committee members have anything they wish to add? Okay, not hearing any, I would entertain a motion to adjourn this public engagement meeting. The second?
Second.
Carolyn seconded. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you very much for attending. And if you have any public comments, feel free to put them on the website or attend any of our other public engagement meetings. Thank you for coming out. I want you to know we have 1,000% more people than we did last time.
Bill,
Yes.
they could also just spend some time looking at the maps.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got this room till 8 o'clock. So I get paid the same no matter what, so.
And, the memo that-
You're very welcome. Yeah, very nice to meet you.
Hope we didn't disappoint you by it being so anti-climactic.
That report.
Everything.
Yeah.
We adjourned at 18:18.
See what happens.
You know,
Yeah, it
that's
shows
what
like
it
all the
says.
different.
I'm sorry, I'm used to military.
It's where the battle moves.
I know.
Thank you guys for coming. Tell your friends.
I think we get to the fairgrounds.